I'm assuming this practice was universal throughout the nation, but I could be wrong, I guess. I don't want to defame Comcast.
This is a community-supported legal education channel. Find out how you can support our mission at the links in the description below.
So this is the Washington State Office of the Attorney General announcement finding a judge has found Comcast violated the Consumer Protection Act over 444,000 times. The ruling itself is very long. It's State of Washington versus Comcast. This is 73 pages long. We're not going to go through it. There's a lot of examples here. Apparently, they don't even load fast enough of individual violations. So I thought we would just go over the Washington Attorney General's announcement instead of 73 pages of Comcast findings. Some of it might be interesting, so maybe I'll go through it, but I'm sure that the guy who knows, or woman, I don't know who the Attorney General is here, Bob Ferguson, man, I'm guessing Bob is a man. No offense there if I've accidentally assumed your gender, Bob. But I'm assuming that Bob is going to highlight some things for us in here. A King County Superior Court judge today ruled that a multi-billion-dollar telecommunications conglomerate, Comcast, violated the Consumer Protection Act more than 445,000 times, which would also be more than 444, when it charged tens of thousands of Washingtonians for its service protection plan without their consent. Judge Timothy Bradshaw ordered Comcast to pay $9.1 million in penalties, in addition to providing restitution to tens of thousands of Washington Service Protection Plan customers. Comcast refused to accept responsibility for its egregious conduct that resulted in Washingtonians losing money every month for a product they did not want or request. Instead of making things right for Washingtonians, Comcast sent an army of corporate lawyers into court to try and avoid accountability. My legal team demonstrated that we're capable of meeting the world's largest corporations in court and winning. Part of my job is keeping giant corporations honest. Big or small, every business must play by the rules. The nearly $9.1 million penalty represents the highest trial award in a state consumer protection case, even before including restitution. While the Consumer Protection Division has recovered larger awards from multi-state settlements and pretrial judgments, a smaller number of cases are decided after a full trial. Previous to today's judgment against Comcast, the largest consumer protection award to the state as a result of a trial is $4.3 million. That was awarded to the state after a 2016 trial in Ferguson's case against Living Essentials and Innovation Ventures over the company's misrepresentations about 5-hour energy. The court found that Comcast added the service protection plan to the accounts of 31,000 approximately Washingtonians without their knowledge and did not tell an additional almost 19,000 the true cost of the plan. The court ordered Comcast to refund affected customers and pay 12% interest on the restitution. The amount of restitution is unknown at this time, but is expected to be significant. The court ordered Comcast to issue the refunds within 60 days and report to the state on the specific details and amounts. Despite Comcast's systematic guidelines and policies, the practice of subscribing Washington customers without meaningful consent was widespread. Judge Bradshaw wrote in his ruling, customer call recordings and internal documents show that not only were Comcast agents adding the service protection plan to accounts without customer consent, the company knew its agents were doing so. Although it knew about the practice known as slamming, Comcast made no changes to subscription practices until mid-2017 after the lawsuit was filed. Evidence also shows that when agents did tell customers about the plan, they often misrepresented the cost. Between 2011 and 16, Comcast took in more than $85 million in gross revenue from Washington alone in monthly charges for the service protection plan. Ferguson originally filed his lawsuit against Comcast in King County Superior Court in August of 2016. The plaintiff amended his complaint in December of 2017 with new evidence alleging more deceptive conduct. At trial, members of the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division detailed Comcast's illegal practices and presented call recordings and internal communications that showed Comcast knew the practices were occurring. Comcast was forced to provide more than 1,400 customer call recordings in at least 34% of the customer accounts connected to the calls. Comcast added the service protection plan without their consent, sometimes after the customer had declined the plan. Wow. Comcast knew its agents were slamming customers, and employees testified that they received customer complaints about the practice and reported them to the company. One testified that he received so many complaints about the protection plan being added without consent that he eventually stopped notifying management. They also misrepresented the SPP's cost. When customers did consent, agents often failed to disclose or misrepresented the recurring monthly cost. For more than 20% of the customers in the call data, Comcast agents failed to disclose the recurring costs. They were told they were receiving the SPP for free or free for a month, and then they would increase the price to $4.99 to $5.99. They stopped selling this service plan to new customers in May of 2018 before going to trial. In his rulings, Judge Bradshaw found the number of violations of the CPA for these various practices: 240,588 violations for signing up customers to the SPP without their consent, and 205,260 violations for failing to disclose or misrepresenting the cost of the SPP. The attorneys on the case were Daniel Davies, Sean Colgan, Beth Howe, Manuel Gaiman, Senior Counsel Peter Helmberger, and of course, Attorney General Bob Ferguson. Good work. Good work. Good job. We need more of this. Could we have 49 other states suing Comcast, please? Where are the 49 other states that are suing over this? Because I'm assuming this practice was universal throughout the nation. But I could be wrong, I guess. I don't want to defame Comcast. So let us know what you think about that in the comments below. Tell us your experience with Comcast. Tell us your thoughts on Comcast. Tell us where Comcast can go. Where do you think Comcast should go? That is our show. Thank you to our supporters for the month of June. This channel would not exist without your financial support. At the $50 level, thank you to John Steele, Gavin Barnard, Kyle Mudrak, Eevi, Michael Pearce, Terry Crisp, Richard Fournier, Spirit Bear, Jan Negrey, Daniel Perez, Aspernari, and Snorre Wisotzky. Thank you very much for your support at the $50 level. And thank you to the $5 plus supporters scrolling on the LED panel behind me and in the description below. You're all in the description below. And thank you very much for your support. We'll drop these stories about once per day, so you can expect that if you click that bell, you'll get about one Lawful Masses story per day. Otherwise, just click the subscription button and you'll get us in your feed from time to time, and hopefully you give us a click. So if you have any particular stories you'd like to see us do one of these analyses on or reviews on, give us drop us a line. You can find us at Twitter at Leonard J. French, or you can find us on Discord. I think there's a link in the description. And you can email us at business@lawfulmasses.com. I think Brandon checks that one. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I am Leonard French, your favorite copyright attorney. I will see you in the videos that drop. Have a great second week of June. I love you all. Bye.